Hey! 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 The mic's working. That's good. That's what we like to hear, the mic working. One of these days, I'm going to get a new mic arm because this fucking thing is useless, man. It's fucking useless, man. Fucking thing don't stay stiff, man. Don't stay fucking stiff, though. What's up? What's up, everybody? What's up? I hope you're all well. Hope you're all well. You know, like I feel sad when I know that you guys aren't well. You know what I mean? I get sad inside. Do you know how hard that is? To feel so emotionally responsible for other people. It's so weird when you watch these VODs back and there's no music in them. Like, what kind of fucking universe do we live in where you can't just have music on your live streams? Like, what happened to the world, dude? It's fucking sad, man. It's fucking sad. Like, you're missing this really good song right now if you're one of them VOD watchers. You know? Hey, if you're a VOD watcher, you're missing out on that great song. I mean, this song's good too. This song's good too. It's not as good as the last one, but it's pretty good still too. Strange things are happening every day. What is it with these things, man? Say you had to measure something, right? That was exactly 350 mil? Wait, 250 mil? What are you going to do? What are you going to fucking do with this big nubbin in the middle? It's not going to be an accurate measurement. That's for sure. Well, today, the plan today, as you can see by the title, as you can read by the title, is to move on, is to grow up. We've been playing like little children all this time. We've been playing like little infants, little baby people, like not living up to our full potential, right? So, what do? We evolve, we grow, as in life, as in our learning experience, right? So, no more will we be FreeCodeCamp kids. We will be Odin Project people. Not that kids aren't people, but okay. You got it. This is it. This is it. This is the Odin Project. Right here. We've moved on. Like our cat page, our cat webpage is over. It's done. Never again will we visit this and try and figure out radios. What's a radio, dude? Like, I know what a radio is, man. I've known what I've known what radios are since I was like so young. What makes you think I need to know about them now? That's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah, I agree. Spit on FreeCodeCamp. Yeah. I never really understood radios. I don't know why it can't give you more of a like. It's called a radio because of this. Like there could be a really good reason that it's called a radio, and I'd be like, oh yeah, okay, that makes sense. Instead of like a switchable, selectable clicker, instead like that. It's not quite as verbally efficient, I guess. But at least it gets, you know what you're dealing with, you know. Maybe if I could be maybe in a position to sort of make these decisions, maybe life would be a bit easier for people. But for now, we'll just stick with what they think, and that's fine. Odin Project. Your career in web. I don't really want a career in web development. Why am I doing this? This is just for fun, It's just a good thing for fun. Action. Action. Named after the buttons on a radio. Is that real? What, like AM and FM? What button? There's loads of buttons on a radio. They're called radio buttons because they look and operate in a similar way to radio buttons. You're going to have to... because... Fucking duh, man. Those kind of buttons, where when you press one in, the other one pops out. Holy shit, dude. Duh, man. Like, how am I meant to remember that, man? Like, how old do I look, dude? Like, I'm in my 20s, dude. You think I've seen a radio? I know I said earlier I'd seen a radio, but... That's all fantasy, dude. That's all fantasy. You gotta be able to pick up on what's fantasy and what's reality. You know what I mean? That's one of the first steps. That's one of the first steps to a simple path to wealth, right? Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, actually. Okay, I'm with it. I got nobody. Ain't got no class. Ain't got no sweater. All right, so I guess we go for this, do we? We attempt this. I mean, it's only like 1:30 a.m. We got plenty of time. So, view full curriculum. That's the first step in my eyes. Foundations. Okay. This song really... It really does... I wish you guys could hear this in the VOD. It's so inspiring. Yeah, I've said this from time to time in my life, like a couple times at least, a few times. I see a lot of Nina Simone in myself. Like a very similar life trajectory. VOD frogs? Oh, come on, dude. They're people too. Does that resonate? Does that resonate with the people? No? Okay. Foundations. All paths. Foundations. Okay, this is where it all begins. A hands-on introduction to all the essential tools you'll need to build a real working website. You'll learn what web developers actually do and the foundations you'll need for later courses. All right. So, choose a learning path. Full stack, Ruby on Rails. Full stack, JavaScript. Ooh, fucking hardly, dude. What are you talking about? Why are you saying things that I don't know what you're talking about? That's crazy. Okay, so I can choose. Let's have a little JavaScript. No. We'll read the description, and I'll make up my mind. That's groovy. I'll make up my own mind. Dude, this music sucks, man. I've had enough. Whoa. Twitch. Go. Be gone. All right. I'll make up my own mind. Here we go. This path takes you through our entire Ruby on Rails curriculum. The courses should be taken in the order that they are displayed. You'll learn everything you need to know to create beautiful, responsive websites from scratch using Ruby on Rails. every single thing about what was said there, I didn't like. Like Ruby on Rails, you lost me because I don't know what that is. The courses should be taken in order to display the creative, beautiful, responsive websites from scratch. Ruby on Rails, don't mention that. This path, the JavaScript one, takes you through our entire JavaScript curriculum. The courses should be taken in the order that you've said that. You'll learn everything you need to know to create beautiful, responsive websites from scratch using Java. So it's the exact same thing. It's just you either use JavaScript or Ruby on Rails. Okay. Full stack JavaScript. The path takes you into... Okay, we read that. Intermediate HTML and CSS. See, the problem with that is maybe we do need to finish this because I need the basics. I can't just jump in at an intermediate level. I know you guys look at me and think like he's a powerhouse intelligence, a top tier intellectual thinker, possibly, But I often need to start at the ground level to build a strong foundation to find myself in a place where I can tackle intermediate level tasks with a degree of competence. That's. Yeah. We'll start with we'll see what it said. We'll see what it does. We'll see what happens. Okay. Let's learn a little bit more about maybe an introduction. Okay. You cannot be serious, dude. You cannot be fucking serious. I can't read, man. Do you know how hard it is for me to read? Oh my God. Can I get some kind of add-on reader to read this for me? Is there such a thing? Is there such a Chrome extension? I'll try. Okay. Introduction. This is the first of the 2-part course where we dig deeper into HTML. Where's the first part? Where we dig deeper, implying we've dug it all. I don't know. It just seems so unfair. All right. Our foundation lessons by designer scratch the surface. Whoa. Where's the foundation lesson? Most people start at the start. What do you mean? I did, I thought. Oh, fuck. That's so funny because I actually did just skip that. See, what is it about my brain that just overlooked that completely? I just went and just didn't even look at this thing here. That's crazy. Okay. All right. How this course will work. If I read that, that's the entire stream. How many words is that? That's great. That's okay. If this is all reading, then I'm done, dude. I am done. The Odin Project is an open source community dedicated to providing the best information source to take you from zero to a full stack developer. Zero to hero? Oh my goodness. In this unit, we'll learn about web. Oh yeah, by the way, why does my thing not work? Why does my fucking thing not work, dude? See my name? I thought it goes purple when you stream. Everybody else's. Why does mine not do that? That's fucked up, dude. That's so fucked up. Can we get a solution to this? Real quick? In this unit, we'll learn about how the web works and start thinking about the basics of computer and web programming. Each of the following sections of the lesson covers the essential baseline knowledge. Even if you have no intention of becoming a web developer, this material should help you in getting a useful understanding of the moving parts involved in creating and serving more content on the web. We will start by getting familiar with the internet and your own computer. Next, we'll get to the development environment and learn about Git and GitHub. And then we'll go over the basics of front-end technology like HTML and CSS and JavaScript before stepping back into the back end with a brief foray that covers the basic concepts of the back-end technologies. By the end of this unit, you not only understand how the web works, but also how to identify and differentiate between all the technology that you will use to build your own web applications. You will be able to build a basic web page, style it, and mirror and add minor elements of interactivity while working comfortably from the command line. This section intentionally covers a very broad range of topics. It's silly to go diving straight into the server-side programming without having a context for what it is and why it's useful and why you should learn it. Okay. I feel like this is all not that important, right? How it works, this curriculum. Most lessons will contain questions. Good. Some exercises. Okay. Try not to think of the... Okay, this is important here. Okay. Try not to think of the Odin Project as programming as a class in school. It's not material you learn all at once to take a test, then pass or fail. You can think of it as a snowball. You, yourself, are a snowball. You're rolling down a hill full of snow. The further you roll, the more snow will stick to you. Sure, the snow will also fall off you, and you'll forget things often, but that's just part of the process. Don't worry if you reach a project and you feel like you haven't retained or memorized anything. That's natural. That's natural. Shit, I don't think it is, though. I don't think it is when you do something. You're supposed to learn, not lose everything. Okay. Happens to everyone. Is that true? Can we get a poll in chat? Slash poll. I don't know. Didn't work. Okay. That's natural. Yeah. The information will come to you about solving problems, relying on Google and the Odin community for help. Okay. And note about the tools. We often get questions about why this course does not cover language or a tool. The truth is that once you complete this curriculum, you will not need a course like this or any sort of tutorial. The Odin Project's goal is not to teach you any standalone skills, and it is not a tutorial. The main idea is that it will teach you the why, and change the way you think. This actually could be for me, because that's usually the problem I have with these things, is the why. Like, why do you do these things? I love that. They're winning me over. The Odin people are winning me over. I'm more of a Greek mythology guy over Norse, typically. Like I can go for a bit of Norse, but it's not really as interesting to me as Greek mythology. That's just a simple reality. I mean, to any, well-organized mind, Greek mythology is the superior of the two. But c'est la vie. What does c'est la vie mean? It's que sera sera or c'est la vie. I always get those two mixed up. Anyway, one of the most difficult parts about this course is adopting the right mindset. An even bigger challenge is learning the core ideas of programming. It isn't just about coding. It is about problem solving, asking the right questions, and doing enough research. Oh, God. Getting into a position where you are comfortable with the skills will mean that you will also be comfortable at expanding your skill set. Once you have a solid base, it's all about the base, it will be simpler to expand upon it. This is exactly what the Odin Project is about, developing these skills. After complete the course, you will be in a position where you can simply jump straight into the documentation for anything you are trying to learn. Reading the documentation is the best way to learn any tooling. That's false. I will fucking fight anybody who says otherwise, because that's ridiculous. The best? Where was that? I just read it. Where was it? Reading the documentation is the best way to learn any tooling? Surely not. Surely not. Can we get somebody to agree or disagree with that? Because I feel like that is patently untrue. I feel like that is grossly untrue. Anybody? Anybody? It's surely using the tool that is the best way to learn any tool. I don't know. But it takes skill to master. Many people feel intimidated by the technical jargon, which is understandable. People who write documentations usually assume a background in programming. What? People who write documentations usually assume a background in programming. This is exactly why we give you plenty of material to read it on your own. Yeah, you're no fucking kidding, you do. Okay. The skills you will gain from completing the Odin Project will be the foundation that you will build upon for decades. Yeah, sure. If you come out of the course thinking that you need another course in this, like this one, to learn something like Python, then you either don't believe in yourself or you haven't taken away the important ideas that are covered in this course. The skills you learn here are transferable to various contexts. Once you know the idea and that it is possible to do something, actually finding out how to do the thing becomes significantly easier and is simply a Google search away most times. I don't trust Google. There's a lot of fake news out there. There's a lot of stuff like that I don't trust. I know about human language. Okay, this could be interesting. I hope it goes over the parallels between programming and human language, but then over the differences. The Odin Project attracts people from all over the world who aspire to learn how to become developers. Please be aware that this curriculum is in English, maintained by English speakers. And we're not going to translate because they're racist, as far as typically, people who are into Odin and Norse mythology are racist, as I have found. You know, like if guys are, if anybody, and I will say this with certainty, and with I can back it up with facts and proof. But anybody who says that Norse mythology is better than Greek mythology is racist. Like it's not even a question. It's just fact. So. If you are a non-English speaker and English is not your primary language, this fact is not meant to discourage you, but to prepare you. Okay. I hope they can read this, if true. That's true, actually. That's a really good point. What do people from non-English speaking countries do when they have to learn programming? Do they have to learn English as well? Are there languages? There must be languages written in, like, I don't know, another language, right? Surely in Asia, you would think there are programming languages written in, something else. Surely. No? Am I just fucking cooked? Am I fucking off base? Can we get a poll in the chat? Am I off base? Can we get like a bit of consensus here? Or forget it. It's fine. As another part of this preparation, we highly recommend spending extra time on topics and terms that you do not understand right away. We also encourage you to seek out additional resources that teach you about these topics in your own native language. Okay, in addition to this, you also need to consider translation dictionary in your own listen outside the curriculum. We do not have any recommendations for these since we are such a wide variety of languages. This is a skill you will utilize. Okay. Once you've completed this course, you should feel comfortable with the building blocks of web programming, but itching to dig deeper. Though we spend a fair bit of time digging into each of the major topics of this course, really just a taste of what comes next. The last lesson of this course will give you an opportunity to choose between a full stack JavaScript and a full stack Rails path. Okay. Both designed to further develop the foundation established in this course. Each path will focus on taking these raw building blocks and honing them into a highly functional skill set. Did we honestly just read all that? Fucking hell. I'm so fucking smart, bro. Oh. Some of the best resources available. Great. If there are none, they write their own. Holy fuck. With that said, we know that everything in this curriculum is intentionally included and vital for you to become a successful programmer. Listen, I'm all for programming, but please, not on Sunday. As you move forward in the curriculum, each portion is built on everything that came before it. So skipping things will create pockets of non-understanding. This is completely contradictory to what you just said, like up or further up, don't skip a single bit because you will have pockets of non-understanding. Yeah, you said it's okay to go into something and know nothing because that happens to everyone, is what you said. So I would just like to say that's some bullshit, man. Additional resources that consider deeper topics. Do not skip anything. Oh my god. Okay. Okay, assignment. Here we go. This is our first assignment, ladies and gentlemen. We have entered into the arena. We are entering the Odin Project arena. Assignment number 1. Learn more about the Odin Project by reading about its about page. How big? Okay, not that big. The Odin Project is one of those what I wish I had when I was learning resources. Not everyone has access to a computer science education or the funds to attend an intensive coding school, and neither of those is right for everyone anyway. This project is designed to fill in the gap for people who are trying to hack it on their own, but still want a high-quality education. What you can expect, a full roadmap to becoming one of these guys, these freaks. Our free comprehensive curriculum will equip you to be a full-stack developer no matter your current experience level. Very good. Learn by doing. The most effective... yeah, let's get to the learn by doing part, not the read more and more and more part. Yeah. So the most effective learning happens when building projects. So we have strategically placed them throughout the curriculum. These projects will make a strong portfolio for you to showcase your resume. Okay. Receive support from others. The maintainers of the curriculum run a Discord community with help of countless other volunteers where you can receive help or anything. Cool, man. Okay, cool. Open source, community driven. You can deepen your understanding and improve your GitHub skills by contributing to our open source curriculum and helping others in our Discord community. That's nice. Okay. 1 billion learners. 5 million contributors. 20 million founded. Yeah. Yeah, cool. There's somebody here. Nope. Eric Troutman, fishy customer, founded the Odin Project 2013. Currently has been continually improved by the team of volunteers. Wow. That's crazy. And it's all open source. Why did I need to read this, by the way? Okay. Check out the frequently asked questions. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so here we go. All the tools you need are here. You should consider yourself fairly competent with personal computers and open to using a non-Windows based operating system. Wait. Shh. For anyone who wants to just hack it together on page yourself. All the tools you need are here. You should consider yourself fairly competent. I do not consider myself open to using a non-Windows based operating system. I'll tell you right now, I will never do that. So let's just keep it fucking straight, dude. Okay. The curriculum has also been designed with modular fashion, making skimming through licenses a breeze. The goal. Yeah. Don't really need this FAQ section. Who is Odin? This is interesting for me now. Now we're into my kind of stuff that I'm interested in. Odin is a figure from Norse mythology, the all-father of the gods. He is portrayed as a powerful and fickle, as they often are, but also wise and cunning. His search for knowledge is a thing of legends. He gave his eye for the wisdom of ages and hung from the world tree pierced by his own spear for 9 days and nights to gain the knowledge of runes. Learning web development is not an easy task, and the tools laid out here are merely the path. You must walk it yourself. Should you possess a thirst for knowledge and a persistence of spirit akin to that storied in Odin's mythos, you will find success on your journey. Wow. Wow. I don't see his sacrifice in pursuit of knowledge as admirable as Perseus's sacrifice. Did I say Perseus? I meant Prometheus. Whoa. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. I think that's pretty good. I don't really care about that stuff. That's fine. Okay. Mark, complete. Can we mark, like, guys, what do you think? Is that complete? Would you say that I completed that? Like, I read it. I didn't skip anything, and it felt like a waste of time. But I completed it. Holy fuck. Holy fuck. Come on. There's no way. There's no way. There's no way. This is just going to be all reading. 2% complete. Introduction to web development. Introduction. What the web development? 2% complete. And it's just all reading. Okay. What do web developers do? In short, they build and maintain websites. Web developers often work for clients who are trying to get their product or service onto the web. The work is typically project-focused and involves collaborating with a team to coordinate the client's needs into an end product. The client could be a tech company, an organization, or a government. Ooh. The work could involve front-end, back-end, or full-stack web development. Web development could be a good profession for you if you like solving logical problems. Interesting question. I like solving practical problems. Some practical problems. Like if I have a thing that I want to achieve, I want something to be raised up, or I want something to be, I want a tool to use to cut something, some kind of jig, like something like that. That's a kind of fun, practical problem. Logical problems? Not so sure. Building useful things and experimenting with new technologies. Web developers are in high demand generally, have a good work-life balance and command comfortable salaries. Google your specific location to get a better sense of your local web development job opportunities. Types of web developers. Earlier, we mentioned that web development could be in the front end, back end, or full stack. What exactly do these terms mean? Finally, I'm going to get to the bottom of this. This is where I've heard this a million times. Front end, back end, and the full stack. The full Monte. I've heard them a million times. It doesn't necessarily mean that I know what they mean, but I'll give it a go. Front end is your UI. The user interface, what the user interacts with, what the user uses, right? Is that fair? The back end is your databases. Your databases, storage, information, database, website information, all the stuff that isn't seen by the user. It's the engine of the car of the website. It's the innards. It's it's that stuff, right? I don't know what full stack is. Both of them. Is it? Oh, Christ. Okay, the front end is the stuff you see on the website in your browser, including the presentation of the content and the user interface elements like the navigation bar. Front end developers use HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and their relevant framework to ensure that content is presented effectively and that users have an excellent experience. Cool. The back end refers to the guts of the application, which live on the server. The back end stores, serves program data to ensure that the front end has what it needs. This process can become very complicated when a website has millions of users. Back-end developers use programming languages like Java, Python, Ruby, and JavaScript to work with data. See, what seems to me would be useful would be to learn JavaScript and nothing else, because then you can just use this for back-end and front-end, and you're like sorted. Full stack developers are comfortable working with both front end. So, guys, I feel like I was right. I feel like I was like 100% right on that. I feel like if I took the test, I'd be right already. Is that fair? If I took the test now, I would have got 100% so far. Especially if it's multiple choice. If it's one of them multiple choice kind of tests, I'd be fucking laughing. Full stack developers come to work in front of back. The Odin Project, we focus on teaching you the full stack development, covering all aspects of web development. Types of careers. Now that we know about the different types of web developers, let's cover what we mentioned earlier about the different types of clients and employers may want to work with. Large tech companies such as Google, Meta, and Amazon have the very stringent hiring requirements. I don't think I've seen stringent written down in a very, very, very long time. If you successfully meet these expectations, they offer excellent pay, benefits, and opportunities. Startups are a bit like the Wild West. For a junior developer, it can feel like a trial by fire because of the pace of development. Startups often suffer slightly lower salaries and require longer hours, but they may also offer equity in the company and highly unique environments. As a freelancer, you could command a strong hourly wage and the freedom to schedule and design your own products. However, you would be responsible for getting your own work, which means less coding time, managing billing from clients, which can be difficult, and being solely responsible. Strong people skills are necessary for this path. Fuck. Well, fuck. I'm fucked then. Do you know, I don't have... my people skills are so bad. So bad. Really, like, so bad. Okay. As a consultant for a web consultancy, you would give up some of your freelancing wage, potential, but be able to focus more on the code and less on the hustle. This option also provides a good work-life balance and pay. Finally, large, older companies still need web developers. These companies offer a good work-life balance, pay, and benefits, but often move slower than a company that is highly focused on tech. Older companies such as... I don't know. Give me an example, man. I don't know. I want more examples of people that have done this that we would know about, of businesses that are like this that we know of. You know, just give examples. Come on. Tools of the trade. These are some of the basic tools you will use regularly. You may not know what they are now, but you most certainly will going forward. Okay, before I look at them, who wants to put a wager on how many I will know? Who's putting a wager? And also tell me how many there are so I know. Okay. All right, no wagers. All right. Okay, here we go. Let's look at them. I know what a computer is. That's one. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7. I know 1 out of 7. Google. I know what Google is. 2 out of 7. A text editor. Yeah, I know what that is. It's Notepad++. Okay. Notepad++, buddy. Yeah. Command line interface. Ooh, CLI. Is that the same as like your command prompt in Windows? Is it like a terminal? Is that what a CLI is? Stack Overflow. Oh God, it's something you don't want. It's something you don't want. Stack Overflow. Is it to do with something like... Oh, fuck. What is it? God, I swear I know what that is. I swear I know what that is. I swear I know what that is. Oh, fuck you, man. Oh, fuck you. What is Stack Overflow? Stack Overflow is the type of buffer overflow error that occurs when a computer program tries to use more memory space in the call stack than has been allocated to that stack. Okay, I could have never said that properly. Git. I know what Git is. Of course I know what Git is, dude. Like, why do I look like some fucking kind of fool? Of course I know what Git is, dude. Of course. Could I describe what it is? Possibly. We can try now, I suppose. Git is to do with commits, branches, main commits, branches, and commits and stuff, committing, branches, pulling, pushing. GitHub. Yeah, we all know what GitHub is. Yahoo, woohoo, we have a GitHub. Woo, yay. Okay. Motivation. This is the part that I need most. Learning to code is incredibly rewarding, but it can also be very difficult and frustrating. The strongest assets you can have as a student are a desire to build, problem-solving mind, and persistence in the face of setbacks. The web development industry has a long history of successful developers with varying backgrounds, so people tend to care more about what you've actually built than how you got there. Why, Odin? I want you to know that this will not be easy. Fuck, dude. Fuck, man. I was hoping this would be easy. Now, can we have this conversation quickly? Easy is subjective, right? Or, yeah, right? Easy is... Like, let me give you an example, right? If you're 6'7", dunking a basketball is easier than, say, if you're 4'7", right? Do you get what I'm saying? Some people, certain things are harder just because of who they are, right? Just because of who they are. So, when they say that this will not be easy, are they... How do I say this nicely? Are they saying that just in case somebody reading this is stupid, like really stupid, stupider than I? Like, as I'm quite stupid, but are they stupider, the people that they're saying this to? Like that's because maybe it's not that. Maybe it isn't that difficult. Maybe it is. Maybe it is a little easy. I don't know. What do you think? I mean, can we get a poll in the chat? There are plenty of other online curriculums for beginners, but they are often taught in an extremely isolated and controlled environment and cover only a specific topic. The Odin Project takes a realistic view of what you will need to know, and has you set up and work in your own environment, much like what you'll be doing when you get a job. Okay. It acknowledges the widely varying skill sets, languages to reach an enjoyability level. Okay. Yeah. The Odin Project is constantly evolving because of people like you. Because of people like you who get further along in the curriculum, pay it forward by incrementally improving our content over time. No, I won't do that. I'm sorry. Once you start to feel comfortable with the tools, start contributing to open source projects like contribute. The more you contribute, the more you will learn about what you can do, and the closer you will get to being hireable. These projects will also look great on your resume. Oh. Ooh. Cool. Okay. Conclusion. Hopefully you've gained a better idea of what a web developer actually does and what your life might look like if you decided to take it on as a career. This has only been a teaser into the world of web development. This is Foundations course, blah, 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 blah. Are we almost done? Oh, shit. I just read the word. Fuck, dude. All right. Okay. Okay. This course jumps around to a variety of topics that you may be totally unfamiliar with, providing you a small taste of each and then moving on. The following courses will dive deep into these topics. You will build dozens of scripts, projects, and websites to cement those skills that will get you hired. Okay. Yes, it's going to be challenging, but it's also going to be fun. And it might even be life-changing. What are we waiting for? Assignment. Check out the post while... Read this, read that, read this. Okay. Okay. Let's do it. Oh, thank God. Oh, thank God, it's been lost to time. It's been lost to time. Flashbang! Quick, someone type that. That's how I feel right now. Why learning to code is so damn hard. These guys are such fucking pussies, dude. Fucking pussies, dude. All right, what every beginner absolutely needs to know about the journey ahead. Okay. Quincy Larson was just a guy in a suit in an office and decided he wanted to learn how to code. So he asked around. He started by picking up a bit of Ruby, then found himself skimming through other languages like Scala, Clojure, and Go. He learned Emacs, then Vim, and even the Dvorak keyboard layout. He picked up Linux, dabbled in Lisp, or as we know it, Lisp. And coded in Python while living on the command line for more than half a year. Like a leaf in a tornado, the advice Quincy received jerked him from first one way and then another, until he'd finally taken every online course program imaginable. By the end of it all, despite having ultimately landed a software development job, Quincy was convinced that the seemingly normal programmers I ran into were actually sociopaths who had experienced and repressed the trauma of learning to code. Ouch. Does that sound familiar? Learn to code with Thinkful. Take the proven path to a high-income career with professional mentorship and support, flexible ways to pay, and real-world project-based learning. What's this? Am I about to be deaf? Thank God for my fast reactions. Oh, it's because we're using the Wayback Machine? No fucking... Oh my God. That would have been loud.
All right. Hello, hello.
No, dude, there is no way, man. There's no way. There's no fucking way, dude. Is there any way that that's okay?
Hello, everybody, and welcome on in. This is Thinkful's webinar, 4 Principles to Learn to Code Fast. We'll start off with some very brief introductions. First, myself. My name is Dodge McIntosh. I will be kind of monitoring and moderating, rather.
Dodge. Did he choose that name for himself? Is that his nickname? Surely not his real name. Macintosh. Dodge Macintosh. Aye, his name's fucking Macintosh. Right.
Our webinar session tonight. I'm a Thinkful mentor on the data science side of things, based here in San.
Like, why are you going to just come in and come out like this? Do you know how disrespectful that is? That's crazy, man. That is so crazy.
San Diego, California. I've been teaching data science.
Why am I watching this? Because in Introduction to Becoming a Web Developer, it said, do not skip anything. Well, actually, what it did say was, what it actually said was, sure, snow will also fall off and you'll forget things often. But that's just part of the process. You ready? Don't worry if you reach a project and feel like you haven't retained or memorized anything. That's natural and happens to everyone. Okay? Everyone forgets everyone hasn't retained or memorized anything. Okay? That's what it says right there. It also says, ready? It also says, with that said, know that everything in bold in the curriculum is intentionally included and vital for you to become a successful programmer. As you move forward in the curriculum, each portion is built on everything that came before it. So skipping things will create pockets of non-understanding, interesting way to say it, in your knowledge that start to affect your ability to solve problems and understand the task at hand. Totally contradictory, right? But, okay, but surely that doesn't mean watching a video on why something is hard. It says, correct me if I'm wrong. You ready? Correct me if I'm wrong. Skipping things will create pockets of non-understanding in your knowledge, right? Do not skip anything, is what they said. So that's why I'm here on this cancer-ridden website. I don't know why, like, who uses Wayback Machine? Why is it telling me to use this? I don't understand. I don't understand, man. I don't understand, bro. What's happening? What is happening? What is this? What is this fucking shit, man? Why did that come up? Oh my god. Okay. Time to skip? No. Don't worry. It just takes a really long time to load. That's all. Jesus Christ.
All right. Hello.
First problem with this video. Already it started. If every single video has this copy and paste guy that's in every single one of these videos, I'm not going to be able to. I'm not going to be able to. I just can't.
Hello, everybody, and welcome on in. This is Thinkful's webinar, 4 Principles to Learn to Code Fast. We'll start off with some very brief introductions. First, myself.
His name's Dodge, dude.
My name is Dodge McIntosh. I will be kind of moderating our webinar session tonight. I'm a Thinkful mentor on the data science side of things, based here in San Diego, California. I've been teaching data science and machine learning courses for about a year and a half now. I've been with Thinkful since the beginning of this year. Before getting into the data science field and kind of that data field at large, I had pretty much...
This is 1 hour and 40 minutes. An hour and 40 minutes. I hope to Christ nobody's watched this whole thing. I pray for the safety of humanity that nobody's watched this whole thing. That's crazy. Oh, I can skip the video and just read about it? Okay. Oh, a simple chart, a simple graph. Hand-holding honeymoon. Okay. The closer you get to here, the better. Wait, the more you get handheld? What? Surely not. Surely the lower... Oh, wait, okay, it's confidence. Okay, it's confidence. I'm reading this wrong. So, as your confidence grows... Your confidence grows with your competence. Thanks, I needed a graph for that. Thanks for explaining how people work. Okay, here's the problem. You're like... you're in the what I like to call the hand-holding honeymoon phase. Though you may feel like the end is around the corner, you're only a fraction of the way there. What do you mean? I've fucking done nothing. I've just been reading your stupid fucking piece of shit fucking lesson contents for an hour and a half or something. An hour. Okay, here's the problem. Blah, 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 blah. Charting a path ahead. Before we dive into phase 2, let's look at the bigger picture, okay? In this post, I'll walk you through the 4 phases of the typical journey into coding and what you'll need to do to survive each of them. You'll also see how two key factors, the density of resources and scope of the required knowledge, define this journey. Oh shit, that's the full graph? Oh my god, there's more to the graph. Bowser. You see that? What a fucking piece of shit this mic arm is, man. Okay. Here's the full graph. As your confidence grows, your competence grows. However, as your competence grows, you realize, oh, I'm not getting better at this. I'm on the doorstep of just total failure. My confidence goes down. I'm an imposter. Imposter syndrome kicks in, right? You get into despair desert, right? Cliff of delusion. Upswing of awesome. Oh god. Job ready. So you've got to go through a real peak valley situation for this to kind of work. Okay, what did I just click? It's a virus. I knew it. Why would you do that? This is a relevant relationship because your confidence is highly correlated with your happiness. Let's just do a quick scroll. Oh, sweet Jesus. There's more graphs. 45% of devs are lost in the valley of depression. Yeah. Hey, guess what? So are the rest of us, buddy. Why so many graphs explaining how I'm going to feel? Why? Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. Fucking hell. Okay. Okay. Be careful. You're about to overstep the precipice. Broken many strong aspiring learners and regulated them to the coding is too hard camp. The precise moment this leap occurs is the first time you sit down at your keyboard. Wait. I'm already up there somewhere? Whoa. Wait. So you're telling me that your first downswing, you're already in the losing you start here. Is what they're trying to say, right? That's pretty good. I'm already pretty far into it then. I guess. Because I already think I can't do any of this, and this is going to be a disaster. So I'm already probably quite far down the old hill. That's good. So you build, you fight, and you scratch your way to a barely functional solution, but there's something missing. You're at war with bugs that make Starship Troopers look benign. Okay. Feels like each victory was gained only by a stroke of lucky Googling, and your confidence that you can never figure stuff out plummets. Okay. Bug, yeah. There's a particularly frustrating phase to see as an educator and all participants in our industry. Programming may not be perfect for everyone, but we want you to make progress because sometimes the unlikeliest of stories become the grandest successes. When the hand-holding ends and the students are pushed off the cliff and told to fly, too many potentially awesome people are... Can you... that word's got to be cut down. Can we get some kind of Chrome extension to remove a word from a website? Because that's really not right for me right now. Are spiraling into the rocks of frustration without learning how to flap their wings. The scary part is that you haven't even gotten to the meaty stuff yet. The second phase, the cliff of confusion, is still very early. Once you've finally squashed enough bugs to end the 8th plague of Egypt, and actually finished a couple of projects, thus marking the end of phase 2, you're still just getting started. For those who are truly ready to make a career out of this, surviving the cliff of delusion is often the point where you decide to go all in with your new life. But too many are left behind. And unfortunately, you're just about to enter the desert of despair. The two key factors at play. So what really marks the difference between one phase and the next? Why was phase 2, the cliff of confusion, so awful compared to phase 1, the hand-holding honeymoon? Understand this will help you. Oh, I get it. I'm still in this. Duh, because I'm still getting my fucking handheld. Understanding this will help you realize that it is not your fault at all if your journey looks like what we've just described. Basically, there are two key forces at work in every phase: resource density and scope of knowledge. Let's see what these are before exploring how they define phase 3. Factor 1, resource density. As I said above, when you first start, it feels like there are a million resources out there trying to hold your hand and pull you into coding. Okay, got it. That's because there are. Search for Learn to Code, and you'll be hit with a wall of helpful and useful tools, texts, videos, and tutorials, and frankly, they're great. You've not seen every one. You don't know that. I'm gonna make one. It's gonna be terrible. And then you'll be eating your fucking words, man. Never before have there been so many ways to start learning to code. Learn to code from Google results. Unfortunately, in later phases, the density of resources drops off fast. Anyone who's made the jump from beginner to intermediate can attest that there is a big difference between the amount of resources available when you first start out versus when you're first looking for help building things on your own without too much hand-holding. This problem exacerbates as the amount of knowledge increases rapidly entering phase 3 and is one reason why we call that phase the desert of despair. Once you get past this and start to become... You know what we need for whenever they have these dramatic fucking things? You ready? This is what we need. Ready? The problem exacerbates as the amount of knowledge increases rapidly entering phase 3 and is one reason why we call that phase the desert of despair. Once you get past this and start to become comfortable with what exactly you need to search for, the resources return and you'll be able to work with more technical tools like industry blogs and screencasts. Part of this is just understanding which questions to ask. Here's what the resource density looks like in each phase. Greater line density indicates more resources. Okay. This is where all the resources are. This is where they start to fucking peter out. Become very little. Why then does it increase when you get further on? I don't really get that. I don't really get that at all. No ideas? Okay. It's fine. Well, stop, man. Please, just give me fucking strength, man. Code Academy, Khan Academy, Treehouse, Code School, GA Dash, Udacity, EDX, W3 Schools, CodeCamp, and so on. Good. Up to the Cliff of Delusion, Stack Overflow tutorials, the Odin Project. Oh, so the Odin Project's right on the cliff edge. Cool. FreeCodeCamp was on the cliff edge, so I've already been to the cliff edge. I've peered over. Cool. And it did get a little bit like that, a bit of Cliff Delusion-y kind of feeling. We're going to dive deep into the Desert of Despair when we get to textbooks, the docs, and the MMOOC courses. But we get to have the upswing of awesome. Oh my goodness. Rails casts, professional blogs, corporate tech talks, the docs, conference speakers. Cool. Factor 2, the scope of knowledge. Now let's talk about the related issue, scope of knowledge. This represents the total breadth of the new topics. You learn that you need to learn in each phase. Here's what it looks like. Oh God! Oh no! Okay. Scope of knowledge. Up and down is your breadth of topics. So the lower and the higher breadth of topics. Key topics, that way. Basic syntax. Okay. Listen. Let me try and figure this out here. Let me fucking figure this out here. Okay. Basic syntax. So you're telling me the basic syntax is the smallest part that you learn in this whole thing? The scope of knowledge. What is the redness? Is that like difficulty? What is it? Okay, just forget it. Building and debugging. That's where shit starts to get fucking pretty big, pretty crazy. CS fundamentals, object-oriented, agile development, modularity frameworks, code smells, method decomposition, how to ask for help, and so on. Is a big fat scope of knowledge, I guess, or whatever. Testing, best practices, optimization, architecture, data modeling systems. Why am I doing this? What is wrong with me, man? Right, when you first start learning, the set of things you need to understand is narrow. Everyone, regardless of goals or language or background, needs to figure out what no Lukuyu. Cool. Okay. Everyone with the language background needs to figure out what a for loop is. How to build conditional logic. Who needs everyone? Wait, when you first start learning, Everyone, regardless of goals, language, or background, needs to figure out what a for loop is, how to build conditional logic, and other basic structures of programming syntax. There ultimately aren't even that many of these fundamental concepts, so the scope of knowledge during that phase is very narrow. As soon as you get away from the basics, you need dude. This course is going to take 50 years to finish. It's so much reading. Where even was I? Fuck me, bro. Picking up basic broadening scope. Okay, very now. As soon as you get away from the basics, you need a rapid broadening of the scope of your knowledge, as you need to begin picking up things that are more difficult, like understanding errors and when to use the code you know how to use. Okay, this is different because there is no correct answer to a clear question. Things get fuzzy, baby. When you progress into the third phase, the scope of knowledge balloons wider. You now need to understand what tools to use, what languages to learn, underlying CS fundamentals, how to write modular code or object-oriented orientation, good style, and how to ask for help, to name just a few. Every trip to Google, Hacker News, who the fuck uses that, man? Come on, get a life. Takes you down another set of rabbit holes and overwhelms you with more things you don't know but feel like you should. You don't know what you don't know. Duh. Only when you finally found some traction and left the desert does the scope again begin to narrow. By that point, you find your chosen technology and its place in the ecosystem. You finally, pretty much, know what you don't know and can plot a path through it. You'll continue to increase focus as you push onward into the beginning of your career. Desert of despair. Can I fucking skip this yet? Unfocused, distracted, and lost. Oh, good. If that's the description, I'm there. I made it all the way to the desert. I'm close to the end. In essence, the desert is where you know there's an end somewhere, but you don't know how to get there. The desert is long, fraught with dangers. It's crazy how much time you're wasting. Brother, you told me to fucking do this. I mean, did you read the title of this fucking stream? You told me to do this. That's so crazy. That's so crazy. Like, I mean, this is necessary stuff. It's literally introduction to the course. It's literally the beginning. Important stuff at the very beginning, dude. You know. Where am I actually? Here, see? This is my assignment. This is what I'm doing right now. And for what? What do you mean, and for what? And to complete this course. You know? You can't skip assignments. That's, if you read the wiki on the web design, I will actually end it. In 1998, Netscape released Netscape Communicator code under open source license, enabling thousands of developers to participate in improving the software. However, these developers decided to start a standard for the web, and from scratch, which guided the development of the open source browser and soon expanded to a complete application platform. The Web Standards Project was formed and promoted browser compliance with HTML and CSS standards. Programs like ACID 1, 2, and through 3 were created in order to test browsers for compliance with web standards. This is fucking so boring, man. This is so boring. Oh my God, who could fucking, oh my God, man, it's crazy. This life is so crazy. Weasel words? This is all weasel words. Weasel words are everywhere. What are weasel words? Who says this? What? Weasel words are words and phrases aimed at creating an impression that something specific and meaningful has been said. Oh, if you think anyone actually did this, you're crazy. I'm thorough. I am a thorough person. You know what I mean? Like if something's to be done, I'll do it thoroughly. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? Like, does that make sense? This is interesting, though. Weasel words. Phrases aimed at creating an impression that something. Weasel words. What's an example of weasel words? I feel like that's a gossip kind of thing. People who gossip use weasel words, I feel like. You know what I mean? I feel like that's something you'd hear from a gossipy person. Like, say, I don't know. They're talking about someone and they'll be like, hey, oh my goodness, you ever notice how this person does that? Yeah, that's kind of weird. That's actually so crazy because, that's... What, are you saying that you didn't have to do this kind of stuff when you did this? Like, is that your weasel words for the day? You're trying to weasel me? Oh, here we go. This is it. This is what I needed to see. There's the order. Massive fat amount of HTML. A moderate amount of CSS. Tiny little bit of JavaScript at the end. And that's it. That's all you need to do. You know? Fuck hell, dude. Who's doing this, man? Ooh. Although web design is a fairly recent history, it can be linked to other areas such as graphic design, user experience, and multimedia arts. But it is more aptly seen from a technological standpoint. It has become a large part of people's everyday lives. It is hard to imagine the internet without animated graphics, different styles of typography, background videos, and music. The web was announced on August 6, 1991. In November 1992, CERN, better known as CERN, was the first website to go live on the World Wide Web, better known as www. During this period, websites were structured by using the table tag, which created numbers on the website. Eventually, web designers were able to find their way around it to create more structures and format. In early history, the structure of the websites was fragile and hard to contain, so it became very difficult to use them. In November of '93, AliWeb was the first ever search engine to be created. Archie-like indexing for the web. The start of the web. Oh, fuck me. Okay. Let's just skip, maybe. Let's just skip a little bit, maybe. I mean, see, because I feel really just disingenuous if I click complete on this, if I haven't done the assignments. You know what I mean? A blog post? I have to read someone's fucking blog post? Michael Wales? Like, I want to know the guy before I know what I'm reading. Like, I feel like I need to know who's... Do you feel is that fair? Like, can we get a poll in the chat? Is that fair? Is that fair to want to know the person who wrote it before you read it? Because I need to decide whether what they say is worth reading. And I can tell as soon as I see them or hear them speak. I'm like, I know, okay, cool. I'm going to waste my time with you. Or whatever, you know. Why is a front-end developer? I know that. We already covered that. Skills for front-end. HTML, CSS, we know that. Yeah, we know this. How it translates, into fucking, making something, duh. Full stack, okay, it covers it all, dumb fuck. What? Python, Ruby, PHP? Isn't PHP a drug? What happens if I search PHP? Oh, it's a programming language. Wow, that's weird. It's just younger than me. That's crazy. I'm just a few months older than Good old PHP. Okay. Machine learning. Oh, you can't see this. God forbid you missed a second of this. Machine learning, iOS, Amazon, Android, how it translates the bottom line. What is this? I'm kind of interested by this. To illustrate the increasing complexity of full stack development, here's an example of what a full stack might have looked like in recent years compared to the current moment. Okay. So, you got lots of circles nowadays. Okay, cool. Ooh. The only way to get past the desert of despair is to have a strong goal and a strong path and to avoid distractions. No, that's my biggest weakness, distractions. If you told me this before we started, I never would have got into it because like I can't, my distractions are my everything. They're my everything. They are who I am. Surviving the upswing of awesome. Why it shouldn't be hard. It's meant to be awesome, right? Check your assumptions, tackle unsexy skills. Hey, I'll tell you what an unsexy skill is. I was going to say hula hooping, but then that's probably kind of sexy, actually. Or it could be, at least. So can it be done? This may all sound overwhelming, but I promise that many others have have persevered and survived this journey before you. By understanding the road ahead, you're already in a good spot. Take it on with a focused plan and access to the right kind of help. Obviously, there isn't space in this particular post to dig as deeply. There isn't space in this post? Huh? There isn't space in this post to dig as deeply into each phase of the journey as we'd like. Fucking brother. You might as well. You might as well dig as deep as you like. You've already dug way too deep, in my opinion. Keep digging. Go for it. All right, here's the surviving. This is what we need for the graph, right? This is the only part that they should have skipped all the text and just shown this graph. When you're in the honeymoon phase, build. When you go over the cliff of self-confidence or whatever it was called, you build. As you're descending the cliff and you're falling, collaborate into the desert, right? When you're in the desert, keep collaborating, but set goals. Set goals for the future, where you want to be, where, all that stuff. You're still fucking going through the fucking desert, dude. Just focus. Stop getting distracted by your stream and your chat, because the chat, I know you look over at the chat and you go, oh my God, they're so funny. There's so many funny, cool things. But focus. Stay focused, bro. Listen, just fucking focus, dude. And you'll be fine. Then, as you go on the upswing of awesome, get feedback. Ask fucking everybody. Ask your, friends and your family for feedback, and you'll be fine. And then you're job ready. Oh, God. I got it. Okay. Why do you need to have a fucking 2,000 word essay on why, on what you just described in this perfect little graph? All right. We did it. As far as I'm concerned, we did it. This section contains helpful links to related content. It isn't required, so consider it supplemental. That's crazy, right? Because, listen, I don't know if you're still here, Chummy. What it says here is, this stuff here isn't required. So that means this is required. So everything that was in here, I should have read. I should have read every single bit of this. I should have read every single bit of this, that first one, including the video. And I should have read the entire blog post. That's what it says. I'm going to skip this. Ooh, wait. There's one about FreeCodeCamp. Oh, there's one about Jared. That's not good. Things I wish someone had told me when I was learning to code. and what I've learned from teaching others. Before you learn to code, think about what you want to code. Knowing how to code is mostly about building things, and the path is a lot clearer when you have a sense of the end goal. If your end goal is learn to code without a clear idea of the kinds of programs you will write and how they will make your life better, you will probably find it a frustrating exercise. I'm a little ashamed to admit that part of my motivation for studying computer science was that I wanted to prove I was smart. That's crazy. That's the one. That's so sad, dude. Just be stupid and be happy, like me. I mean, if you I'm stupid. I'm not happy, but I mean, if you can. Oh God, wait. I'm not smart, and I'm not happy. Oh God. Oh God, what do you do then? And I wanted to be able to get smart person jobs. No, they're the worst. I also like thinking about math and theory. This book blew my mind. What is it? I can't open that. Sorry, bro. At an impressionable age, and the program was a good fit. It wasn't enough to sustain me for long, though, until I found ways to connect technology to things I really loved, like music and literature. So, what do you want to code? Websites, games, iPhones, apps. A startup that makes you rich, interactive art. Do you want to be able to impress your boss or automate a tedious task so you can spend more time looking at otter pictures? I'm not perverted, dude. I'm not a fucking pervert, man. They just fucking chill. Perhaps you simply want to be more enjoyable. You want to be more enjoyable? Add a buzzword to your resume or fulfill the requirements of your educational program? All of these are worthy goals. Make sure you know which one is yours and study accordingly. There's nothing mystical about it. Coding is a skill, like any other language, like language learning. There's grammar, there's vocabulary to acquire. Like math, there are processes to work through specific types of problems, like the kinds of craftsmanship and art making. There are technologies and tools and best practices, and people have developed over time, specialized different tasks. Feel refused, modify, discard. Okay. Fucking Christ, it never works the first time. Probably won't the second or third. Okay. Someone will always try to tell you you're doing it wrong. Case in point. Can we get a case in point emote, please? Okay, cool. Thanks. Exhibit A. Okay. Someone will always tell you you're not a real coder. Really? Someone would tell you that? It's fucked up. That's fucked up. Coding means a lot of different things to a lot of different people. It looks different from how it used to. And funnily enough, the tools and packages and frameworks that make it faster and easier for newcomers or even trained developers to build things are most likely to be tarred with the not for real coders brush. Fuck, worrying about geek cred will slowly kill you. Oh my God, who gives a fuck about that, man? That's crazy. This is people who use Linux. They're looking for geek cred. That's 100% the reason that anybody would touch that piece of shit. Sticking with it is more important than the method. Okay, cool. Learn to code for free. FreeCodeCamp's open source curriculum has helped more than 40,000 people get jobs. Fucking hell. All right. Mark complete. Oh, thank God. Oh my God. This is absolutely crazy. Like the amount of reading in this is fucking crazy. Oh, I need the section of motivation right now. I need the section of motivation. Take a moment to think about it. Okay. Do you want to have a fulfilling career that pays well? Yeah. Are you excited by the creative outlet programming provides? Oh, that's a good question. No. Are you determined to develop the skills and abilities to build any app you can think of? determined isn't the right word. Determined isn't the right word. Like, I could easily give up at any point, and probably will. So determined, no, is probably the wrong word. Build an app, though? Yeah, that would be sick. I want to build my own app for something that's useful, right? Okay. Do you want to start your own company? No, I'm too stupid. By turning an app idea into reality? No. Okay, so no. Kind of a half no. That's the third one. So the first one, you want to have yes. Okay, yes. Are you excited by the creative outlet? No. Are you determined to develop the skills and abilities to build any app you can think of? That's a half. That's 2.5. Do you want to start your own company? No. So 2.5 is the final score, which is more than half. So I guess we continue. Right? Is that how that works? You know, we got more than half of those 4 points. So yeah. Cool. What do you do when you're stuck? Oh, cool. Do lesson introduction, introducing concept. Wait. Practice. Wait, am I doing this backwards? Where did you start from? Oh, right here. Why are the arrows pointing the wrong way then? Oh, okay, so I can only go down. Practice concept. Am I aware how to solve it? No. Have I researched and experimented? No. Oh, God, I hate these things. I have to think about them. Just out of interest, how long does it take to get to something? Nope. Nope. Oh. Oh, fuck me, bro. Fuck me. Jesus Christ. Wait, we're back here? I'm at 4%. Jesus Christ. This is absolutely insane. This is absolutely insane. It just goes on forever. Does it? This is so crazy. This is so crazy. I don't even get to do anything. Command line. Oh my God, no. I think the only answer right now, is to quit. I think it's the only answer. Now, what else are we going to do? What fucking else are we going to do? Sit here? Do nothing? Yawn? Oh, I got a fucking cut lip right in the fucking side when I open my mouth. It's so sore. Oh my God. It can't heal because every time I fucking smile, yawn, do anything, just straight back open. That's not right. It's not right. It's not right. So what do we think? Back to FreeCodeCamp? Back to FreeCodeCamp. Oh, God. I just don't get why. How could this be that the foundations is all fucking reading? Motivation and mindset, prerequisites. Christing fuck, man. Computer basics. What is a computer? What is a computer? Knowledge check. Is Windows an operating system? Holy fuck. Oh. Is Windows an operating system or an application? I don't know. I don't know if I'm sure I fucking heard of it. But operating system, no, I don't think so. Appli, no, I don't think you'd classify it as an application. Like, you know, Windows, they just go in your fucking walls, don't they? So you can see outside. What's the difference between open source, closed source software? Right, so far I think I'm getting 100% on this. What are some use cases of a screenshot? Of a screenshot. I don't know. What are some use cases of a screenshot? Give an example of a weak and strong password. I'm done. I'm fucking done, okay? No more. No fucking more, dude. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it so much. Like, to dedicate your time to come and sit in here is... There are no words. There are no words that could... There's no words big enough to, like, encapsulate the thanks. You know? What a waste. What a waste of what, dude? What a waste of what? You know? What a waste of what? Do you know what I mean? Like, what a waste of what? See? Exactly. Exactly. No words. No words. Wait. Ain't no way. Shall we go back to the cat website tomorrow? Is that the idea? I think that's the idea. Never. This is good. This is a good life lesson, though. This is a good life lesson. A good life lesson. Never take advice from username @chummy, because you're gonna be worse off for having taken it, right? And that's good. That's good that we have that out there now, and that, you know, not everyone will hear it. Not everyone will hear this message, but at least some will. And, you know, that's enough. You make small changes, you make small alterations, you know, and they have knock-on effects. You know, not everybody can solve world hunger in one fell swoop. You do your part. You recycle. You throw a can in the fucking recycling bin rather than just straight into the trash. You know, you do your part. I'm doing my part. Not many will hear this message, but I'm doing my part. Stop his reign of terror. Halt him. You know. That's all I can do. You know, it's up to you now to listen, remember, never forget. And that's all. Thank you. We'll see you next time for another exciting episode of Learning to Code. Dude, don't resident sleep me, man. Like, I'm just trying to fucking... This is unreal. It's unbelievable. You resident sleep the content you created today. That's so cheeky, man. That's so cheeky. So cheeky. It's crazy. It's actually crazy. Good night.